Show you the playoff bracket real fast. So this is the playoff bracket. We're getting ready to watch the Lumberjacks versus the Nighthawks. I already streamed the Mounties versus the Niners. The Mounties won by a significant margin, as you can see. But if you want to check out that game, see how, why they put up so many points, you'll be able to watch it. But if whichever team wins here has to go on. Yikes. I wouldn't want that. Or never mind, they have to go on to play either the Wizards or the Ravens. Whoever wins out of the Blues and the Steelers, they got some real problems. Well, the Lumberjacks versus the Nighthawks, I think I have to give it to the Nighthawks. Overall, they've just been the better team this year. The Lumberjacks have done pretty solid, though. I think they finished 9-7. The Nighthawks finished like 11-6 or something like that. I can't remember. But let's get into it. Let you know down in the comments below who you think is going to win. I'm going to stick with the Nighthawks.
Tonight, from Portland, Oregon, it's the AFC Wildcard Round on EA Sports. As we'll see Ryan Tannehill and the Portland Lumberjacks taking on Justin Herbert and the Oklahoma City Nighthawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Oklahoma... The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. Taken at the goal line. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be piloted by their veteran quarterback, standing 6'4". It's Ryan Tannehill.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
From the 30 on second down, Tannehill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's brought down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Tannehill. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. On second down now, it's Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
A nice run there on first down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Here's Tannehill. And it's caught. Touchdown. Austin Hooper there to make the grab. And the Lumberjacks will strike first here in this wild card matchup. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good gain on first. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Jeffrey Simmons. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Herbert. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. Call it a pickup of 3 and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Tannehill. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. This will go to Henry out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Derrick Henry. 47 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. From the 41, Tannehill over the middle, complete. That's Woods. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Tannehill. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. To throw is Tannehill. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Field goal coming from Younghoe Koo. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Justin Madubuike in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Henry. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Tannehill going to throw on 3rd and 1. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this 1st half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Henry running right. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way, to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. From his own end zone, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. A gain of 6 there on first. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Monty Rice in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Portland's offense now about set to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Henry. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows, These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
First down now, but that clock rolling. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Oh, what a move. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. Pressure comes and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On third down, Henry. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Herbert on first down now. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Justin Herbert. That escapes the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On first down, it's Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw again on second down, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Justin Madubuike in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Henry. Oh, he bowls over him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 94 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Tannehill. And it's caught. Touchdown. Derrick Henry there to make the grab. And the Lumberjacks are able to extend their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Coup for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Herbert now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Zach Cunningham, his 2nd sack of the night.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. A 40-yard punt, no return. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the 1st half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. On the counter, it's Henry. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jerry Judy.
39 yards.
And the Lumberjacks continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Coup now for the point after.
And the lead is now 24. That time a 6-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again.
They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Herbert has it knocked free.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Oh, he shifts past him. Once more the juke.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Joey Bosa in on the stop. remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Henry. He'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Henry, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Monty Rice able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. Going deep here for Allen. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Herbert. It's complete to Williams. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Again, Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Monty Rice bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
To try again after the sack. Herbert dropping this underneath to Roundtree. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. The offense on 3rd down tonight, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Tannehill on 3rd down.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film. All that is different. You can practice it as much as you want to. You can even insert smaller, faster guys at positions to show that the speed's going to be quicker. But until the whistle blows and you play for real, it's just not the same.
And not as easy to implement on game day. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Herbert throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. To the air again, Herbert. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.